I think that shows that we have a deep group and we're not a team that's just relying on one player. I think we're going to be a much stronger team when those players are back, but even when we're gone, we can compete in every game.
So if I asked you, were you surprised by that? Would you have to give me the standard answer, no, I knew we could do it? Or was there a little part of you that was pleasantly surprised by how well those games went?
I think the hardest one is the first one. Once we got that first win, we're starting to feel good. We could have won in KC. We ended up with a point, but if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the first time that we had gotten 4 points in 2 games, consecutive games, and then we felt good coming back home and kind of keeping that going, and so the belief grows as the results come in with momentum.
Yeah. How hard is it for you to change positions in the middle of a game?
I would say it depends on the game and how much time is left. I think end of the game is kind of slower. We're kind of managing the game. It's a little easier. If it comes in the 30th minute when the game is still hectic and kind of hasn't settled, it's harder. But in those cases, it's no problem.
Yeah. Is it the mindset of suddenly bombing up and down the sideline?
I think it's more the kind of the habits to kind of have to remember, because obviously every game's a little bit different, and so during the week we're training how we're playing against a specific team, and if I'm not training in that specific position, I don't have the kind of muscle memory. I need to think about, okay, what did Alex do this week if I'm switching, when the game is still kind of in the run of play. So that's more the change in the mindset.
Whether you're outside or whether you're next to Justin, you're still working with the pivots either way, right? It's a little different, but still working with them. And to have 2 new guys in this stretch, how much did that change the way you individually had to play, given who you were partnering with?
Not too much. I think all our pivots are very good. They're relatively similar profiles. And in training, I've played with all of them in preseason, and so it didn't change too much. Obviously, it helps when there's like a string of games with the same pivots.
Yeah.
So that was helpful.
Did you watch any of Houston, San Diego? Any takeaways from that?
I saw the highlights. It was a crazy game. So many goals, and I feel like there were some avoidable ones, and I think as of late, I feel like we've been pretty good about, I think, other than set pieces, maybe making it a little bit harder for teams to score, making them earn it a little bit more. And I think that will be important in keeping it in our favor.
Yeah. Feel pretty good to score off set piece.
What?
Feel pretty good to score off a set piece for you guys.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily direct, but yeah, for sure.
It wasn't direct, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
I'm counting it.
Yeah.
So, all right, good.
How much have you and RSL changed along with Houston since that game back on March 15th back there? It seems like forever ago.
Yeah, I think quite a bit. Back when we had played, I think Houston was having a really rough stretch of form. We went through a rough stretch of form, and now both teams, I think, are kind of hitting their stride. They added some players. Our team has kind of been mixed up a little bit. We added some players. I think it'll be a little bit of a different look. I think both sides are stronger going into this game.
You've been around this league a long time. It's obviously a marathon, not a sprint. How bizarre is it to maybe go from only having 2 games in June to effectively 9 in July, and you get Diego and Emeka and Ojeda back, which is obviously a good thing. But just kind of talk about how you as an individual and the group kind of manage that rhythm change.
Yeah, I think because it's a marathon, you kind of take the rest while you can. When there's international break and you're still in market, and then other than that, I think once the games ramp up, we need everybody. Not everybody's going to be able to play 3 games in a week, and we have that twice this month. and we really have to count on everybody with these changes in rhythm.
It's a little bizarre, right, to have
Yeah,
most
for
of these
sure.
games at home after having so much away over the last couple months, and now we're home except for I think the Portland trip. So what does that mean for maybe the 3-game weeks to be able to know you're sleeping in your own bed every night?
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. You know, those 3-game weeks can be really difficult, not just because of the games, but like when you're traveling 2 out of the 3, it makes it really hard. And so we spoke about how July is just a really important month for us and kind of a pivotal time for us.
Awesome. I think we're good.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Sweet.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.